Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. This is Mike. I'm here to do a little bit of a haul video. I have a couple of box sets to show you and some other things that I picked up from the Warner Archive sale. And let's get started. So first of all, I have this terrific box set from my good friend Brian Casella, whose YouTube name is Kubrick Lover. Kubrick Lover 1972. He sent me this box set of the Indiana Jones films, the first three. And this is cool because I have only seen all of these films once, back when they first came to theaters. I have not seen them since then. I've never had anything on home video. So I have, oh yeah, careful Mike, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and then we have this bonus disc, over 3 hours of bonus material in this this DVD, and it's got a little flyer in here talking about all the bonus material that's available. So, and one of them is making of the trilogy, and a whole bunch of other things. So anyway, I guess Brian upgraded. I can't remember now if he said he was upgrading to Blu-ray or maybe 4K. But thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate this. It'll be fun to have a nice little Indiana Jones marathon. I have not seen any of these in all this time, so thank you. I appreciate it. I'll put a link to Brian's channel below. Okay. Now the next box set just released from Vinegar Syndrome. This is The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock, the 1962 Gothic horror film starring beautiful Barbara Steele, directed by Ricardo Freda, and is considered a classic among horror fans. And this is a beautiful box. Look at that, all the original artwork. And this cover does not reflect an actual scene from the film. Barbara does take a long walk down a corridor with a candelabra, but in no scene in the film does she wear this dress or come down the stairs with the candelabra. So anyway, yeah, and there's a picture of Dr. Hitchcock himself, played by Robert Fleming. Great artwork. Let me show you what it has inside here. We have a nice little booklet with Dr. Hitchcock's picture on the front and the back, and it has several essays, none of which I've read yet, but I will get around to it. So this is, excuse me, slipcase, which is based on one of the posters. And here's the back cover based on another poster. So inside we have, now this is a 4K release that also has a Blu-ray. And I'm not yet into 4K, so I have the Blu-ray. I'm very happy to have it. This has 2 discs. Okay. And I've already watched the film. It includes not only the original Italian cut, which you can watch with either English dubbing with subtitles or Italian dubbing with English subtitles. So I like to watch the English. And it also has the slightly cut American version, which I believe is 76 minutes long. And I've watched both of these. I've never seen them look better. There have been a lot of bootleg versions of this floating around, and recently a Blu-ray. And yeah, this is the best I've ever seen it look. And it has a commentary with Troy Howarth and 2 other guys whose names I can't remember, which is kind of interesting. Not the best documentary or commentary I've ever heard, but you know, and a bunch of extra features, including a trailer, and it also has a selected scene commentary by Barbara Steele with her good friend and archivist Russ Lanier asking her questions. And so this is really terrific, and I'm very happy to have this. So you can never have too much Barbara Steele in your collection. You all know that though, don't you? Anyway, the clock is ticking. I also got a bunch of things from the Warner Archive sale, and 4 of them are MGM musicals. Well no, all but 2 are MGM musicals, put it that way. This is not a musical. This is 1962's All Fall Down, starring Eva Marie Saint, Warren Beatty, Carl Malden, Brandon DeWitt, and Angela Lansbury, who plays the mother of those two boys, and directed by John Frankenheimer, based on a novel by James Leo Herlihy, who of course later would write Midnight Cowboy, and the script was by William Inge. So, are you depressed yet? This is a very, very downbeat, depressing family drama. The destruction of the American family, I guess. Warren Beatty plays a really nasty, unlikable character, and Angela Lansbury is his mother. And if you thought that the portrayal of the mother she gave in The Manchurian Candidate, also directed by Frankenheimer, was bizarre, well, the mother in this one makes the mother in Manchurian Candidate look like Mary Poppins. So that gives you an idea what you can expect. This is a really cool movie, I have to admit, right? Okay, next up is a remake of the classic MGM film Grand Hotel, which came out in 1932, the best picture of that year. And this is Weekend at the Waldorf, remake in 1945, starring Ginger Rogers, Lana Turner, Walter Pidgeon, Van Johnson, Edward Arnold, Phyllis Thaxter, Keenan Wynn, Robert Benchley, and Xavier Cugat and his orchestra. So it's a much more, I mean, it's a drama, but it also has some comedy, and it's a much more lighthearted and positive version with a positive ending than the 1932 original that had Greta Garbo, Joan Crawford, the Barrymore brothers. Great film. This is good. I like this a lot. Okay, so, and the rest of these are MGM musicals that I've never seen, and I just thought it's time for me to sort of up my game on the MGM musicals. So I bought all these. This is Small Town Girl from 1950. Oh boy, 53, 54. I don't know. Jane Powell, Farley Granger, Ann Miller. All right. Next up, A Date with Judy, starring Jane Powell, Elizabeth Taylor, Wallace Beery, Carmen Miranda, Xavier Cugat again. Okay. Wouldn't you love to have a date with Judy? Of course you would. Elizabeth Taylor was something like 16 years old in this. She is so unbelievably beautiful. It's almost scary to look at her. You know, it's just impossible. Nobody could ever be that beautiful. And here is Debbie Reynolds in Give a Girl a Break from 1953, I believe. Bob Fosse is in it, Margin Gower Champion, and great music. Really, really very good musical, which I had never really heard anything about. But yeah, Bob Fosse, not just a great choreographer, but a great dancer as well. Here's a sort of a little-known Gene Kelly film called Living in a Big Way. All right, which was not a box office hit, unfortunately, but here is an experimental Vincent Minnelli musical with Fred Astaire called Yolanda and the Thief, co-starring an actress named Lucille Bremer, who had a very brief career. And she's not much of an actress, but she's a terrific dancer. She's probably one of Fred Astaire's best dance partners. And this is a Technicolor fantasy in 1945 that not terribly successful, didn't do well at the box office. The critics were confused. Nobody could figure it out. And it's not terribly interesting as a story, but the musical numbers are just unbelievably beautiful. So this is something I will definitely watch again. Okay? Fred Astaire and Lucille Bremer. And finally, from 1939, this is one of the early films with Lana Turner where they were trying to promote her as a star. It's called Dancing Co-Ed, which she does do a little bit of dancing. She's pretty good. Richard Carlson and Artie Shaw and his band, also Anne Rutherford, sort of one of these silly Hollywood mistaken identity films, which is big on comedy and a little bit of romance. And Lana Turner was cool. I liked her a lot in that era of her career, right? Dancing Co-Ed. So that's my haul. This is what I'm reading now. Speaking of old Hollywood, I am now reading the autobiography of Veronica Lake, which she co-wrote along with somebody, I don't know. But I've always wanted to get a copy of this. It was recently sort of republished, and I'm sort of in the middle of it right now. very interesting life, and one of the iconic figures from 1940s Hollywood who ended up having kind of a difficult life. But I always liked her. So, all right. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Comments are always welcome. I might even answer them.